Well, welcome to this very special edition of Life's a Pitch TV. I'm Mark Murphy, your host, and welcome if you're watching on YouTube, listening on podcast or on Suffolk Sound. It's a special one-off edition. We've been talking about a certain book for a few years, and I'm delighted to say that David Sheepshanks, former Ipswich Town Chairman, is with me in our Life's a Pitch studio. One thing that's not in here is the fact that you've been pretty poorly recently, haven't you?
Yeah, big shock. In February, at our age, well, I'm older than you, but you get these poo tests in the post, and I actually had some blood in the autumn, and somehow I convinced myself that I had piles and used some piles medicine, and it went away. At least I thought it did. And then I had the test thing kit, and I didn't do it immediately. I left it on the sideboard for a few weeks, and then finally I did it, and it came back with blood. And I had to go and have the colonoscopy in fantastic new unit at Colchester. And anyway, and the guy said, and they show you on the screen a little thing that's sort of about half the size of your thumb, and it was... Anyway, he said, it doesn't look very nice. I'm sorry, it's going to be tested. And it was tested, and sure enough, it was malignant. Anyway, cut a long story short, I went to Ipswich Hospital, but then I decided to go to London. So I went to the Royal Marsden, and they tried to take it out up the bum, so to speak, which is easier. But then they said it's too deeply rooted. So I had to have surgery. I thought I was having laparoscopy, which is sort of keyhole. But apparently in the operation, my lungs, they couldn't handle it. And they cut me. I have a 12-inch scar from here to there. Wow. And I had 90 staples. Anyway, I only know that because they count them when they take them out. Yeah. And it's sort of healed, but your guts take a long time to work properly. And it's a nightmare. I'm getting there. I will be fine. They say they've got it all, but it's at a level of T3, so I'm going to have chemo to be sort of belt and braces, which, I don't look forward to, but I've got a very dear friend, all of us have, in George, who's just been through all that so courageously. And, what he can do, I can do.
Yeah. So, and you and he have been talking, haven't you?
We have, and he's been incredibly kind and generous and supportive, and as of many people, but it's just such a shock. And my message, and it's not telling you for sympathy or anything, but my message is it can happen to anybody. I thought I had a few health problems a couple of years ago with my ticker, but I was fine. And over the winter and in the spring, I was right as rain. And then suddenly, bang, you got this little thing. And there's no rhyme, no reason as to why you get it. And all of the great work you're doing in the cancer world. And it took me a while to sort of even be able to say I've got cancer, because it just didn't feel right. I didn't. But I do, or I did. And, the message is, if you get a test, do it quickly. And if you've got any blood or any symptoms like that, do it. Because the key point I want to say is when I did go in and have they call it a sigmoidoscopy, and they go up again, and you have an enema, and it cleans you out. It's not that bad, really. And the doctor who did that said, David, if you'd have come to me a couple of months ago, I could have taken this out easily. And that would have avoided all this. And, would have avoided chemo because I wouldn't have been so advanced. And so that's the message to everybody. I'm here walking, talking. I'm going to be fine. And there's no reason why I can't, leave a full, proper life and be an advocate for the great work that you and so many other people do. Thank you for asking. All Town fans, we're going to, I'll be back. I'll be back at Port Premier. I'll be back for the Premier League and enjoying it as much as everybody else.
I seem to remember you shouting that out somewhere on the town hall steps. We are Premier League. I think
we did, didn't we? It was 2020. Yeah, wasn't that?
We'll come to that a bit later.
Wasn't that a happy day?
Yeah. It was.
Anyway,
but George is a patron of Cancer Support Suffolk, and and he's a great patron. Yeah. And I know that he's been offering you some support.
Yeah, he has.
And actually, by talking about it in the way that you have, it's just so important to encourage people. Early diagnosis, as you've just described, is crucial, isn't it?
Well, It is. I'm an advocate, and I'll be there to support you and whatever you want to do.
Well, thank you.
But I've just got to get over this in the next few weeks.
Well,
but I will.
Every town fan, everybody listening, watching, and gets to hear this will be sending you all the very best and big Ipswich Town hugs and
bless you
and prayers for the treatment still to come.
We are still a family, aren't we?
We are indeed. Absolutely right.